Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate. I'm G, and we just made it back to the lab after talking with Suzuha about her father, and about the fact that she's going to try to see him tomorrow, and if she doesn't, then, well, she's just gonna give up and go back to wherever she came from. Which is a little sad. But anyways, let's get started. First of all, we have mail, so let's check that out. Part-time warrior. Wait, Daru? Daru sent me a thing. I have a thing today, so I'll pass on the meeting. Oh. Eureka! Going to infiltrate now. What should I do? I'm so nervous. I can't see my own heart, like peeking through frosted glass. Wish me luck. Over and out. Oh, it's tomorrow. Oh my god. Oh boy. I shall now brief you on Operation Eldrimir. Eldrimir, yeah. DH. Eldrimir. Good god. The only lab mems here today are Mayuri, Kurisu, and Rukiko. I couldn't get a hold of Ferris or Malika. They must be busy. Daru, meanwhile, gave me some crap about having things to do. I was prepared for Rukiko to refuse my invitation, but since she's here, I guess she's forgiven me. For now, at least. I want you guys to get ready for a party. I've already explained to the lab mems what Suzuha told me yesterday. And what are you going to do? No, what are you going to do, I guess? Me? I'm going to follow that part-time warrior and report back as the situation arises. Don't you dare! Let her be alone with her father! You shouldn't be so quick to reject my plans, Christina. You don't understand the intricacies of the human psyche. Now that you've rejected my plan, there's no way I'm not going through with it. You have underestimated my pride. Get over yourself. Besides, Christina, you and she are enemies, are you not? You protect her from me while plotting her demise. That makes you a hypocrite. You just don't have standards, that's all. She's right. I don't think you should bother her, Okarine. Even during the strategy meeting, Mayuri keeps working on her costume. Rukiko hasn't agreed to wear it yet, but Mayuri's enthusiasm remains strong. No matter what happens, we need to give her a warm welcome. I'll do anything to help make this party super special. Actually, I haven't met this Suzuha-san. Suzuha-san's really nice. I'm sure you'll get along with her too. Nice? Anyway, I'm going to tail her now. You guys... No, get it through your thick skull. Damn it, assistant, how dare you give me orders? In the end, I can't get permission to tail Suzuha. Don't even think about running off somewhere. Kurisu is forcing me to help her with the shopping. There's no way out. Damn it. Kurisu really is turning into a class president character. At this rate, she might take over the lab. Wait, could this be what Suzuha was warning me about? Nah. Anyway, time to get my head in the game. We must prepare for the Last Supper, Operation Eldrimir. The Last Supper refers to our party for Suzuha. In the event she reunites with her father, we'll just celebrate normally. In other words, it will be her Last Supper in Tokyo. However, if she doesn't reunite with her father, we'll kidnap her and force her to participate in our experiments. Sacrifices must be made if we're going to perfect D-mail technology. In that case, it will be the Last Supper on this world line. The lab's budget, most of which comes out of my pocket, is tight, but it's okay to party every once in a while. There's no such thing as low risk, high return. High risk, high return. That is how a mad scientist operates. I can already taste Suzuha's despair. Huh? Over there, isn't that... I follow Kurisu's finger to see Daru emerge from Yodobashi camera. Found you, Daru! I grab his collar to stop him from escaping. Why didn't you respond to my summons? Like I said, I've got something to do. Which is? An offline meet. Inexcusable. Wait, just listen a sec. Your offline meet or a party with food handmade by our very own lab girls. Choose one. Handmade. by girls. One question. Will Fairy Stan be there? Before Kurisu can answer that, I whisper to Daru. Naturally, Ferris is a lab mem too. Damn it. Why do they have to be on the same day? Can't wait until tomorrow? What will it be? The time to choose is now. I want to eat Ferris Stan's home cooking. If you give up the offline meat, then that settles it. I give up. I give up the offline meat. Daru surrenders all too quickly. When we return to the lab, Mayuri and Rukiko are already starting preparations. Daru-kun's here too? What about Fairy Stan? Where is she? You've been tricked. Fairy-chan said she couldn't come. Wait, seriously? Ocarine, what's going on here? This isn't funny, man. Don't worry, I'll make sure she comes to the next one. You've gotta be kidding me. I was looking forward to that time machine meet. Time machine meet? What's that? It's an offline meet for the sci-fi BBS I post on. Some famous writers are gonna be there. I won't forgive you, Ocarine, ever. What? Why didn't you say so? I would have gone too. Suddenly, I smell something strange. Does anyone else smell that? Smell what? Did we blow a fuse somewhere? Sorry. Rukiko is apologizing for something. That's probably the smell of Mayuri's cooking. What? This is the smell of food? I'll help too. Okay, then warm these eggs, please. Should I use the phone wave? No, if you put raw eggs in a microwave, they'll explode. You took the door off. It should be fine, right? Chop, chop, choppity, chop, 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 choppity. Mayuri-chan, don't hold your knife like that. What the hell is going on here? Daru and I exchange glances. Maybe we should help too, or at least kick them out of the kitchen? Would it end up the same either way? I'm getting dizzy. This isn't the future I was hoping for. You're telling me I'll never forget this, Ocarine? Never! I'm sorry, truly, but please, Daru, stay with me to the end. I'll order pizza as insurance. It only gets worse. The smoke grows thicker by the second, filling my lungs with ash and tar. In less than an hour, the girls have transformed the lab into a Class 5 disaster zone. I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. Looks like the evil one is free. If you haven't heard from me in an hour, tell my parents I love them. Ocarine, that's a death flag. Is this the choice of Steins Gate? El Sai Konguru. After the storm has passed. Just silence. She's late. The sun has already set. The food lined up on the table, none of it looking particularly appetizing, has already grown cold. I open my phone to check the time. It's getting late. The high school girls will need to head back soon. Was Suzuha able to meet her father? If so, they might have a lot to talk about. Sorry. Goodbye. There's only one word in Suzuha's email. Does that mean she didn't meet her father? And now she plans to leave town alone? Hoenn Kyoma will never accept that. She will be my guinea pig whether she likes it or not. I fly out of the lab. I don't know where Suzuha is. All I can do for now is go to the station. If she's going to leave town, she should be using public transportation. If she's using the Hibiya line on the other side of the station, then I've struck out. But if she's going to take the bullet train from Tokyo or Ueno, and she'll have to pass through here. I carefully scan the thinning crowd around Akiba Station. Where is she? After about 30 minutes of watching the crowd, I spot something. My gaze focuses on a person walking in from the main street. It's Suzuha, shuffling around, with her head bowed. As she gets closer, I can see that she's wiping her eyes. Is she crying? I don't see anyone walking with her. I guess she couldn't find her father after all. You there, part-time warrior. Suzuha looks up in surprise. I see the tracks of tears on her face. Just as our eyes are about to meet, Suzuha looks away. And then she turns and runs out of the station. Wait! I give chase, ignoring the stares of passers-by. She's gone. Damn it! Where did she... Hold on a second. Why am I chasing her? Do I have some kind of urge to chase things that run away? It's stupid. I'm not a dog. Shouldn't I just leave her be? It's not like we're that close, right? You're a nice guy. You know that? I think talking to you really did help. But Suzuha is all alone in this town. What if I was the only one she could talk to about her father? I know she's hurting. She needs my help. Shouldn't I do everything in my power? Huh? Just now, I think I saw someone who looked like Suzuha. But the run from the station has left me exhausted. I drop to my knees, gasping for breath. My sides ache. I can't take another step. Even after searching the entire area around the station, I couldn't find Suzuha. I guess this, too, is the choice of Steins Gate. As I rest, I look up at the night sky. The satellite remains buried in Radikan's wall. I wipe the sweat off my brow and head back to the lab. Okarin, did you find Suzu-san? Everyone's still there when I return. It's late. Go home, everyone. But... tell us what happened. Yeah, keep us in the loop, man. Suzuha ran away from me. I guess she couldn't find her father. Oh. A gloomy silence falls. I can see the sadness on everyone's face. I begin to laugh. Mwahahaha! Okay, Bei-san, what's wrong? Are you okay? His brain is probably oxygen-starved from too much running. Okarin, chill. Look at you all! Why the long faces, friends? Have you forgotten? We have just the thing for moments like these. I thrust my finger at the curtain to the development room. You're going to send a D-mail? But the discharge phenomenon won't occur this late, will it? Then we'll send it tomorrow. D-mails leap through time. It matters not when we send it, but when it is received. Who are you sending it to? To myself this afternoon. The message. I smile triumphantly. Don't listen to Christina. Pursue Suzuha. If I do that, there's no way I can fail. And then we can have Suzuha as a test subject. I suddenly hear the sound of rain. I look outside the window and see that rain has started to fall. As Daru predicted, the discharge phenomenon does not occur. It looks like we'll have to wait until tomorrow. The rain grows stronger over time, eventually becoming a thunderstorm. The next day, there isn't a cloud in the sky, and I have mail. Oh, I can't open the mail. It's hard to believe it rained all night. Can I open the mail now? There it is. Wait, what? I got one. Oh, don't listen to Chris. Pursue Suzuha. Yeah, okay, that's the sorry goodbye. Check the news, Ocarine. The satellite up and disappeared. Oh no, lol.
They say the satellite disappeared. I wonder what happened. Did it fly away? It's like a magic trick. Well, good night.
Oh boy. I keep checking the brown tube workshop through the window, but the morning passes without any sign of Suzuha. She's probably long gone from Akiba by now. She doesn't know who she's dealing with. She is but a pawn in my game destined to fight for me at Ragnarok. At the stroke of noon, I activate the phone wave name to exchange. The destination is my phone, yesterday around 4 p.m. Wait, didn't I already have that? The discharge phenomenon occurs as normal. The floor shakes violently. Squinting against the glare, I send the mail. .337.187. Oh boy. My brain shakes violently, my vision flickers. As the vertigo passes, I can hear my heartbeat and feel the warm blood coursing through my body. I blink slowly. That was the sensation of reading Steiner activating. And so I know Suzuha is ours. I hurry down the stairs. I step outside and look to the front of the building. What belongs there has returned. A mountain bike polished to a shining finish. And on the bench next to it, looking up into the summer sky, is Amane Suzuha. Good morning, part-time warrior. I try to remain calm as I call out to her.
Sup?
She greets me in her usual listless fashion. Slacking off?
It's not like anyone's gonna come. And besides, I was up all night partying. I'm really tired.
You were partying? With who?
Are you drinking, Okaberry Taro? Big no-no, you're only 18.
We have shifted from a world line where we failed to stop Suzuha from leaving to one where we succeeded. As a result, the events of yesterday changed. You couldn't find your father, so we held the Last Supper to make you a test subject, correct?
Yeah, I remember you saying something like that. Thanks for all your help yesterday.
My memory's a bit fuzzy. Remind me again how we captured you?
Wait, were you really drinking last night?
Just tell me.
Well, I was on my way home from the time machine meet when...
Whoa, wait a second. Time machine meet?
Yep.
That's the same offline meet that Daru was going to. Was that where your father was supposed to appear?
I said so yesterday, didn't I?
So you were going home and then...
You, Hashida Itaru, and Shina Mayuri appeared out of nowhere. You brought me to the lab and we partied all night long.
So my pursuit of Suzuha was a resounding success. I can't help but smile at how smoothly things went. Suzuha, meanwhile, looks back up at the clear blue sky.
Yesterday sure was fun.
Her tone is sincere.
It would have been more fun if not for Makise Kurusu. The apple pie she made was deadly. But Urushibaru Luka's curry was awesome. Your lab seems kind of like a clubhouse? It's nice. Everyone gets along and you're always smiling. I've never had so much fun in my life.
It sounds like Suzuha had a pretty dark childhood. Maybe she was bullied in school. Could that be related to her father's disappearance? Part-time warrior, as promised, you are now my test subject.
But I already told you, I don't know his email address.
Then we'll have to postpone the experiment until you find out. By the way, the phone wave name change used in the experiment is our lab's greatest secret. You must become a lab mem to guarantee your silence.
Lab mem?
Short for laboratory member. When you become a lab mem, you become one of us.
Can I really join?
You don't have a choice in the matter. From this day forth, you are Lab Mem 008. Suzuha lowers her head, no doubt awed by my proclamation. I hear what sounds like a sniffle. Then she looks up, revealing a smile.
I guess I don't have a choice, huh? I'm all yours.
You're not going to leave?
Nope, but maybe there's still a chance to find my dad.
You are a lab mem now. If there's anything we can do, you need only ask. By the way, do you have any leads? Suzuha hesitates a little. Then she stands up and turns to me. Her expression is grave.
My father calls himself Teeter.
Wait, Teeter? As in that Teeter?
You know about him? He might be using a different codename, though.
I don't just know about him, he's been active on @channel for the past several weeks. I open the @channel thread on my phone and show it to Suzuha. Look, there's someone posting named John Teeter. Suzuha stares at the screen. This solves the puzzle. Your father is on @channel.
Huh, you're right.
Hey, shouldn't you be more surprised?
Well, it's not him.
How do you know? You just said your father calls himself Teeter.
I can tell. This Teeter isn't my dad.
That's a strange way to put it. It's almost like she knows who's behind John Teeter. As if to answer my suspicions, Suzuha continues.
His name's not John. The name my father used was... Beryl Teeter.
Oh boy. Beryl Teeter. Oh boy. Okay. I open my eyes to a deep scarlet sky. I'm on my back, lying face up. The sky is vast and the color ominous. I've never seen it like this before. Where am I? I sit up. There's nothing here. A wasteland stretches to the horizon. Nothing but rocks and dust as far as the eye can see. No plants, no water. No sun, no moon. No warmth, no cold. Not a single breath of wind. It looks like hell. A frozen world. It can't be Earth. Mars, I could believe. Why am I here? This must be a dream. I give up thinking about it and lie down again on the sand. I guess I'll wake up soon. I should just wait until then. I wait, but the dream shows no sign of ending. Have I ever had a dream this lucid before? There's a terrible ringing in my ears that keeps me awake. I realize that it's the sound of silence. My belongings are gone. I have no watch, no phone. The lack of motion numbs my sense of time. How long have I been lying here? It might have been only a second. It might have been 3 days. An epiphany. The concept of time is a human construct. The universe at large has no use for it. Time is a cage that we created to feel secure. Within its walls, we can forget our own insignificance. I'm thirsty. It hurts to breathe. This void is no place for a human. We're not strong enough to live in a world without time. Tears fill my eyes. What do they mean? I no longer know. I want to die. Yes, let's die. But what is death? To be frozen in time? Time stopped for me long ago. How can I die in a world that is already dead? Everything inside me is crumbling away. Who am I? I can barely recall. My soul is melting into the void. Is someone there? Anyone? Something moves in the corner of my eye. Impossible. I try to move my eyes, but I've forgotten how.
Found you, Ocarine.
A pleasant voice silences the buzzing in my ears. It reminds me who I am, Okabe Rintaro. This time my eyes move. There's a girl sitting on a nearby rock. I recognize her. My frozen brain comes alive. Her presence breathes new life into this dead world. Mayuri? My brain is still half asleep, and I cannot speak. It's Mayuri. Sheena Mayuri, my oldest friend. She smiles at me, swinging her legs.
This is the Earth, you know. 70 million years ago. Some scary people sent you here in a time machine.
This is a dream, right?
Mayushi went looking for you and found ocarines from many, many world lines. You're one of many ocarines, and also the original. Mayushi is one of many Mayushis, and also the original. And now, Ocarine and Mayushi are gonna die here.
This is a dream, right, Mayuri?
But I know that another Ocarine Mayushi will pick us up where we left off, 70 million years in the future. So everything's A-okay.
This is a dream. Ugh. I jerk awake on top of the sofa. My body is drenched in sweat. It was a dream. I must have fallen asleep sometime around noon. What a horrible nightmare. I guess that threatening email I got is still weighing on my mind. Still, Mayuri had to save me? Even in a dream, that's unacceptable. I'm the one who saves her. That's the way it should be. Besides, Mayuri's not smart enough to talk about time travel like that. I sit up and look around the room. She's right where I expect to find her. In front of the TV, watching a Rainet Kakeru DVD. On the screen, the Upa riding Kakeru's shoulder is screaming something unintelligible.
I wish I had an Upa.
Look at her sitting there all spaced out. Mayuri needs my protection. That dream was wrong. I chug a Dr. P and check my phone. No new emails. I sent Teeter a mail several hours ago just to make sure that he really isn't Suzuha's father. He hasn't replied yet. Obviously, Daru and the others don't know that I changed the past. Okay, let's answer the call from Ferris. This is Ho Wing Kyoma.
Nya, it's Ferris, nya.
Oh, it's you, Akiharu Miho.
Nya, who's that, nya?
I could have sworn her real name was Akiharu Miho. Don't tell me. Could the D-mail have changed that too?
Ferris is Ferris, nya. I don't have any other names, nya.
Yeah, right. Your true name is Ferris. My apologies. Of course, she's just being her usual self. Well, what is it? If Ferris is calling me, it might be about the IBM 5100. She did promise to help us find one. On another world line, she did.
You've been too conspicuous, nya. The cat's out of the bag and now you're trapped, nya.
Huh? More of Ferris's usual nonsense?
The 4 Guardian Kings have awakened, nya. There's no escape, nya.
Is that so? If you think the 4 Guardian Kings can stop me, just wait and see. Akiba will be drowning in blood before nightfall.
After the 4 Guardian Kings are the 4 Guardian Queens, nya. After that, it's the 8 Devils, and then the Black Angel 12, nya.
That many? What's going on in this town?
You've really stirred up a hornet's nest, nya. I'm sorry, Kyoma, but this is checkmate, nya.
No, it's not over yet. If I can just acquire the item, I can turn the tide. Have you still not located an IBN 5100?
Sorry, nya. I have agents looking all over the world, but still no luck, nya.
What? So she has no progress to report? Please hurry. I'm running out of time.
Okay, nya. I'll tell you as soon as I find one, Kyoma. Until then, hold on to your 9 lives, nya.
Yeah, I can't die yet. She hung up before I could finish. Damn it, that's why I hate talking to Ferris. Anyway, moving on. This time around, my search for an IBN 5100 is going poorly. Actually, I suppose I should consider myself lucky for having found one so easily the first time. I mean, the IBN 5100 is practically an urban legend. There are people like Moeka who've spent months searching with no success. Last time, it barely took me 3 days to reach Yanabayashi Shrine, almost as if something was guiding me there. It was fate. No, it was the choice of Steins Gate. That's why its loss is so painful. Guess that's why they call it the Phantom PC. Daru was sitting at his computer like always. I read on that channel that some collectors will pay millions of yen to buy one. IBN 5100s are serious business, man. If they have that high a premium, then people must know their secret. They're all after the data in Sword's mainframe. I don't get it. How come they're so expensive? I mean, I guess they were pretty expensive to begin with. Looks like one cost about $20,000 back in the day. $20,000? That is expensive. Anyway, I can't believe it's so hard to find one. Sure, it was a nice machine for its time, but only for its time. You'd have to be crazy to want one now. Maybe it's one guy buying them all up.
The harder something is to obtain, the stronger the desire for it becomes. That's how people are. And that's exactly how I feel now. In the depths of CERN, completely isolated from the outside, lies a database coded with an IBM 5100. What secrets are sleeping there? Could it contain the data from CERN's time machine research? Could there be proof that the Committee of 300 exists? The desire to know grows stronger by the day. It's not just about plunging the world into chaos anymore. We need the power to oppose CERN's evil ambitions. And then there's that threatening email to consider. Daru is confident that CERN won't find us, but I can't afford to take that for granted. After all, we're up against the brightest minds in the world, the scientists who invented the World Wide Web. And they're backed by a secret organization more powerful than any nation. We are way out of our league here. They'd have no trouble at all crushing our puny lab if they desired. That's why we need a trump card to hold against them. But without an IBM 5100, we can't move forward. I'm getting restless.
Whoa, what's this?
Daru suddenly lurches forward to stare at his monitor.
What's wrong? But there's no way that's right.
What are you talking about? Explain.
Well, I'm pulling data off the server looking for a way to gain root access. And these files are downloading crazy fast. I mean, we're talking light speed here. It's hard to believe, but for some reason this area has a direct fiber optic line to CERN. Several lines even.
Direct? What do you mean?
I mean, there's literally a fiber optic cable running from underneath this building to CERN's headquarters in France.
Is that strange?
Yeah.
Daru calls up the National Assembly of France's website. Then he brings up the command prompt and hammers out some commands.
Have a look. This is the route we used to visit the National Assembly of France's site. It starts from our IP address. From there it passes through various relays in Japan, jumps to France, then bounces around there for a while before finally reaching the National Assembly site. It takes 16 steps total to get there. The average transfer rate is about 300 milliseconds. That's normal for an overseas connection. In other words, there's a route we have to take to get to France from Japan. Everyone takes the same route. Other countries are the same. Even browsing domestically takes about 10 steps. Now let's try CERN.
Daru calls up CERN's homepage on the browser. Then he displays the route like last time. The result? There's only one step. Unlike before, the signal doesn't pass through any intermediate servers. The PC we're using, its registered name is Akihabara PC, is connected directly to CERN in France.
And the transfer rate is hundreds of times better than usual. Crazy fast. You can't even get these numbers domestically, man.
Why do we have a direct line? Is this even possible?
It was like this when we found it. I didn't do anything.
So the building already had a hotline to CERN? This can't be a coincidence. It might just be the choice of Steins.
It doesn't make sense. Why would there be an independent line running from here all the way to CERN?
Daru was so excited he interrupted me.
No Japanese or French telecommunication company would set up something like this, which means
CERN did it themselves. Daru gulps and nods. Cold sweat oozes from his brow. I feel a chill as well. CERN might be able to see everything we're doing. No, maybe. Maybe CERN has been expecting us for years. How could that be? The answer is simple. John Teeter claims that CERN completed their time machine in 2034. Just 2 years later, the world is a dystopia under their rule. Maybe the CERN of 2034 considers our opposition in 2010 a threat. Maybe they use their time machine to travel to 2000 and install a fiber optic cable to track our every move. It's entirely possible. Has the invention of the time machine started an intertemporal war? If so, what can we do? Our enemy might be stronger than even I can imagine. No, I mustn't lose heart. I need to think positive.
But thanks to this direct line, we can now control the LHC remotely.
You figured out how?
Wow, that's amazing, Daru-kun!
Mayuri pauses her DVD and comes up beside me.
With a connection this fast, we can control the LHC practically in real time. I haven't actually tried it yet, though.
That's right. Even if this is some kind of CERN trap, we might be able to actually make use of it. They're still vulnerable to our attack.
The LHC is that 20-kilometer long tunnel thing, right? What does it do again?
It accelerates protons and smashes them together.
Oh yeah, mini black holes, right?
The official line is that mini black holes might manifest as a byproduct of the particle collisions, but that's not the truth. According to the top secret documents we found, the LHC was intended to create black holes from the very beginning. But we still don't know exactly how they do it. We need to think of a way to...
Okabe.
Kurisu suddenly emerges from the development room. She was cooped up in there all morning. Her expression is unusually grave. What's wrong?
I figured it out.
Figured what out?
I think I know how the phone wave works.
Really? Kurisu nods. She still hasn't smiled.
Keep in mind that this is just a hypothesis based on what we've observed. It's closely related to what you guys were just talking about, the LHC.
I believe it was you, Christina, who called the LHC the world's largest microwave.
Yes, exactly. My hunch was right. You've created a monster, Okabe.
A monster?
It doesn't belong in some amateur lab, and before you take that as an endorsement of your abilities, I mean it in a bad way.
Kurisu clutches her arms as if to keep from trembling. Give me details.
Did you know that the microwave oven was invented as a byproduct of radar research?
Daru and I nod. Mayuri shakes her head. We read up on all that back when the phone wave, named after the changes, started acting weird. Good God, I'm throwing in S's everywhere.
Microwaves are electromagnetic waves with a frequency of 2.45 gigahertz. The phone wave is commercial grade, so its output is around 1500 to 2000 watts. Here's the important part.
Kurisu goes on to explain that the electromagnetic waves output by the microwave are somehow connected to the electromagnetic waves output by the phone. In fact, you could say they fuse together. According to Daru's blueprints, the microwave and the phone are made to send out shared electromagnetic waves by taking their leads and hardwiring each of them to the magnetron's cathode and anode. On one hand, we have the microwave's super strong electromagnetic waves, originally a byproduct of the military's research into radar technology. On the other hand, we have the cell phone's standardized electromagnetic waves, a frequency now ubiquitous throughout the world. What happens when you fuse those two waves?
Both devices use electromagnetic waves. I'm not a specialist though, so I can't examine the extent or magnitude of the influence that fusion has. But hypothetically, if the cell phone were to become a stepping stone, scattering the military-grade electromagnetic waves over a vast range of hundreds of kilometers, then not just Akiba...
Nope, she said the whole thing.
Then not just Akihabara, but all of Tokyo would turn into the inside of a microwave oven. Taking into account slight variance due to body weight, the average time until death for the people inside would be 3 minutes. Eh?
Seriously? Then the phone wave's a weapon of mass destruction, isn't it? Is it really that powerful?
Let me tell you what happens inside the phone wave. The air inside the oven is full of invisible hydrogen atoms. First, it bombards the atoms with microwaves to increase their energy potential. That is the normal function of a microwave oven. But when you add the electromagnetic waves from the phone, the harmonics trigger a chain reaction. The particles collide repeatedly at near light speed, gaining mass and energy each time. In other words, it becomes a sort of particle accelerator.
A particle accelerator?
It's literally the same as the LHC.
So if the LHC was created to generate mini black holes, then the phone wave names are to change. It must also produce mini black holes.
Kurisu doesn't deny it. It's a miracle that thing has been so stable. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Even if it does produce mini black holes, they should evaporate instantly. But that's not what happens in the phone wave. The jellification phenomenon proves that. Just like in the LHC, our mini black holes are turning into Kerr black holes.
According to Teeter, you have to inject electrons to produce the Kerr black hole effect. Okay, let's see who that is. Oh boy, everything's getting really spicy.
It's easy to pretend to be someone you're not. Ultimately, however, there's no escaping the contradictions between your false self and the real you. It's a paradox, and paradoxes can't hold. I tried to tell myself that I didn't need anyone, that forming bonds would only hurt, but somehow I ended up joining your circle of friends. I still don't know if that was for the best. No, I'm sure it was. Without you, I would have given up on ever finding my dad. I don't know why I wrote all this. I guess that what I'm trying to say is, thanks.
Oh, Suzuha, you're gonna be okay.
Are we sharing confessions now? Be careful to whom you expose your innermost feelings. They may use them against you. Oh boy. Where do the injected electrons come from? That's what I don't understand. The LHC uses something called a lifter to inject electrons into the black hole and control the gravitational field. Something is filling that role inside the phone wave.
Something?
Like I said, I don't know what. So I guess that's what it comes down to. All Kursu's explanation does is confirm our hypothesis that the phone wave named to change's functions the same as the LHC. Good God, I keep throwing an S at the end of change. Looks like we need to review what the LHC is. It's time for LHC Moe guy to shine. God, my face is stupid and not pronouncing things right.
LHC stands for Large Hadron Collider.
Hadron? It's the name of an elementary particle.
The LHC is basically a huge circular tunnel underneath Switzerland and France. It sits about 100 meters below ground and has a total length of 27 kilometers. There are 2 rings that run through the tunnel. Inside the rings is a super low temperature vacuum, an environment like outer space basically. Seriously Moe. In an adjacent facility, protons are gradually accelerated by the linear accelerator, the proton synchrotron booster, and the super proton synchrotron. Finally, they're injected into the LHC, where they undergo their final acceleration via a series of superconducting magnets installed in the tunnel. By now, they're traveling up to 99.9999991% the speed of light. That's enough to melt your brain, not as dangerous as the phone wave though. Finally, the accelerated protons collide approximately 1 to 10 billion times per second. The purpose of the LHC project is to study the high-energy reactions that result, or so they say. We know they're a bunch of stinking liars.
I guess that about covers it. And that, my fellow lab members, brings us to the question, can the phone wave, named subject change, beat CERN to the true physical time travel? 2 problems. 1, setting the destination. 2, the lifter. We've already established that the D-mail arrives precisely when and where it's supposed to. It's dangerous to accept that without verification. Agreed. As for the lifter, we already know it exists. We just need to figure out what it is. I don't think we're going to find it. The phone wave's not exactly big, you know, and we've been poking at it for days without turning up a clue. Oh, wait, no. That was Kurisu. God damn it. Wait, let's just redo that. I don't think we're going to find it. The phone wave's not exactly big, you know, and we've been poking at it for days without turning up a clue. Oh, yeah, right. It's backspace. Even if we do find it, it'll take forever to learn how to tune the electron feed properly.
How long is forever?
CERN's been working on it for 9 years and they still haven't solved it. We're just amateurs, so it's bound to take even longer. Wait, I have an idea. Let's look at it from a different angle. CERN's tried to send people back in time, but they couldn't get the electron feed right. The singularities were not naked. It's the same with the phone wave, named subject change. You can only send 36 bytes of data safely, otherwise you get a jellyman. Let's consider the problem in reverse. What if we could convert a human to data, then compress that data into just 36 bytes? We could send that person through the ring singularity just like a D-mail, couldn't we?
Convert a human to data? That's not even possible, man. And even if it were, there'd be like exabytes of data or something. You want to compress that into 36 bytes? Are you high?
I thought it was a good idea. I guess it's not that easy. The barriers to time travel are just too high. I turned to Kurisu, meaning to ask her opinion, and then I realized that her expression has changed dramatically. Her eyes are wide as saucers, and her mouth is hanging open. Of course, if it works, then maybe... She pauses for a second, and then... Maybe we can do it. And I think that that is a pretty good place for us to cut it. Oh boy, things are starting to get a little gnarly. We're starting to see the problems that could come from all this time travel and all of the bad
bad, 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 bad stuff that can happen. We're getting threats. We're getting followed. Maybe CERN's actually been planning this all along. Oh boy! But anyways, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.